From the opportunities standpoint, obviously we're talking about a pretty volatile geopolitical environment this year, but of course volatility can bring opportunity. So I think corporates that consider risks and challenges more systematically are going to be better placed to capitalize on the opportunities from this shifting geopolitical landscape. And that's going to mean continually assessing the drivers across trade, economic and industrial policies, as well as those defence and security factors, which are obviously going to loom large this year. So a couple of things jump out. First, of course, is that tariffs, when they are enacted, often open up new alternate trade corridors. So I think we should be keeping an eye on those markets that are not tariffing each other while other markets are. That's a natural move for a lot of business. Geopolitical developments can also prompt the overdue optimization of core business operations. I think a lot of corporates may not have thought about those things for some time, and those geopolitical tensions are really pushing that momentum. And then finally, of course, with new government funding streams coming via those industrial policies that we're getting used to, there are advantages on offer for domestic production or supply chain localization. So those are the three, I think, that are worth calling out. Look, events this year are going to be less and less tethered to those institutions of the post-World War liberal international order. You know, those institutions we've really grown accustomed to over the last 50 to 70 years. I think that's going to be driven by countries that don't feel that the system actually benefits them much. Interestingly, under the Trump administration, that includes the United States, and then several emerging markets that weren't necessarily involved in the construction of the liberal international order. And then, of course, this solidifying grouping of Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. So a more multipolar world will complicate the global economy with increasingly divergent standards and systems for cross-border business activities. On global trade and investment, I think much of it's actually endured pretty well, this rising US-China competition of the past decade. And I think that's mostly because those trade and investment flows have been rerouted via non-aligned connector countries. So US-China direct trade and investment has been diffused through connector countries. I do think this is likely to continue, but the risk this year is that those connector countries and the Chinese companies that have been investing in them to circumvent US tariffs and other restrictions, they're probably likely to be more targeted by the Trump administration this year.